I know it's hard to say, to have a personal relationship with a tree, but actually I did. For me personally, it started a number of years ago, at least 20, maybe longer, when a commercial enterprise came along, wanted to buy that lot where the tree is located and turn it into a parking lot. And my husband led the fight to not grant the variance for the parking lot, thereby saving the tree. And he led the fight because of the tree. And so in our family, it became known as Dad's Tree. Whenever we would drive past it, even when the kids were younger, we would give some personal wave and, make some remark to Dad's Tree. My husband passed away some 13 years ago, but I continued the relationship with the tree. Along came the Teaneck Parks and Recreation Board, who one of its members was stopping at Dunkin' Donuts right across the street to pick up coffee and a donut, I guess, and saw it looked like some tree people getting ready to take the tree down, and he ran across the street and said, "You can't just take this tree down." Went to the town, I guess the police department. They stopped it because they didn't have permits. The lot at that point was owned by a prior group, the people who own it right now. And they were taking the tree down because they wanted to sell the whole parcel for development or something like that. Anyway, new owners came along, the Nevatot Shalom Synagogue, who apparently had some respect for the fact that this was a living witness to history. The tree is estimated to be approximately 350 years old. George Washington passed through some of this general area on his retreat and might have stopped under that tree. There is a little plaque on it because enter the Puffin Foundation, who helped the synagogue save the tree. They paid through their foundation a sum of money to the synagogue for an easement. They then gave a sum of money to the county. They gave the county the easement and gave a sum of money to the county to maintain the tree, which happened, ironically, to be the cause of the tree's demise because the county sent some apparently good arborists in to take a close look, see what they needed to do to maintain the tree. And that's when it was discovered that the tree was really a risk. And as much as I loved it, I don't love it or didn't love it enough to risk the children who play there or the people who pass by. So after some discussions, and with the assistance of the Puffin Foundation, Rutgers University got involved and said they would like to experiment and find out if they can clone the tree. Apparently it's difficult to do with a red oak. So they've taken cuttings. Rutgers agricultural students are working on it. If it doesn't work, they're going to wait till the spring, and you know how sprouts come out of stumps. When the sprouts come out of the very large stump of this tree, they'll try again if the cuttings they have don't work. So what I'm hoping to see is that there's going to be a lot of little red oaks that will grow from that great, huge, marvelous, formerly living tree. And they'll be planted in parks in Teaneck, in the county park, with maybe some commemorative plaques on them. And we'll see years from now, people will celebrate all the growing red oaks we have that were cloned from this tree. It's been a really interesting and long odyssey. And it's not only that I had a connection with this tree and that the Puffin Foundation had a connection with the tree, and that the wonderful congregants in the synagogue had a connection with the tree. But I have gotten letters from people who live in Teaneck and people who don't live in Teaneck who passed by there and wrote me a note on how much that tree meant to them. One obviously older lady who wrote to me and said, I walk by there every day, and in the morning I say good morning to the tree, and when I'm on my way home I say good evening to the tree. So it somehow has had an effect on lots of people. So my husband was the one who first helped save it many years ago, and all the other people I've mentioned, the Puffin Foundation, the synagogue, Wally Cowan from the Parks and Playgrounds group helped preserve it for a few more years, and I hope to be here to see the birth of a whole lot of little red oaks.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Joyce Kilmer, 1913.